Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, what is a non-finite verb? Well, a non-finite verb contains a verb but it doesn't show its tense. It's also never the first verb in a sentence where there is more than one verb in the sentence. So if you want more detail on how to find non-finite verbs, there are three options of which they are composed from. The first is through infinitives. Let's take, for example, this sentence. The bird is able to fly home tonight. The irregular verb to be is used. First, the bird is able. To fly is an infinitive. So in this sentence where there's more than one verb, to fly is the non-finite verb. The second way that a non-finite verb is identified is where there is a present participle and there are more than one verb structure or phrase available in the sentence. I don't enjoy playing games with you. So I don't enjoy is the first verb phrase, but playing here is a present participle, and playing is in fact a non-finite verb. And finally, past tense. It cooled from ice taken from the freezer. It cooled, that is a finite verb. But from ice taken from the freezer, taken here is a past participle. And because it's the second verb in the sentence, it's automatically a non-finite verb. So, what I'd like you to do is spot the verbs in the sentence, but identify if the verb you spot is non-finite. Look at each of these four options and hit pause if you need thinking time. Remember, you're identifying the verb and considering whether it's finite or non-finite. So, how did you get on? What did you find? Kai sang loudly. That is a finite verb. He sang. There's only one verb in the sentence, so it's automatically finite. Ronaldo had finished the game. Finished is a non-finite verb, and this is the past participle. The auxiliary verb to have in its past tense is a finite verb. Tom had hoped it would snow this year. He had hoped. Hoped is a non-finite verb. It's the second in the sentence. And had, in its past tense form, is the first verb, so that's automatically finite. And finally, Guy told his wife about the accident. He told his wife about the accident. There's only one verb in that sentence. And in this particular case, we know that that must be the finite verb. So no, it's not finite. So it's a non-finite verb, just to clarify. Sounds a bit tricky, right? Now it's your turn. For each of these 5 examples, I'd like you to identify if the verb that you find is finite or non-finite. Can you see a non-finite verb in the sentence? Decide if it's a yes or a no to that question, and hit pause if you need thinking time. So, we are looking for volunteers. We are. That is the first verb phrase, actually. That's a finite verb, but looking is a present participle. So in this sentence, there is a non-finite verb. Looking is the non-finite verb. He worried about how to clean the mess. To clean is the infinitive in the sentence. The first verb is that he worried, so that's automatically finite. So I would say that the second sentence also has a non-finite verb. They were delighted with the present. Delighted is a past participle. It's the second verb in the sentence. They were is in the past tense, and it's the first verb phrase in the sentence. So yes, there is also a non-finite verb in that third sentence. You thought about your future. Thought is the only verb in this sentence. So it is not a non-finite verb. It is a finite verb. And finally, we left last night. It is a finite verb. So remember, a non-finite verb is always the second or more of many verb phrases in a sentence. The way to spot it is if it is a present participle, an infinitive, or a past participle. It gives us more action and detail around the subject of a sentence, and it's very powerful. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?